Live Talk with Leader Brad.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Live Talk with Benita Bradley. I'm your host, Benita Bradley, and it is so good to be back with everybody. Let's see. Are we on? Okay, are we on? I think we're back. Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Live Talk with Benita Bradley. I'm your host, Benita Bradley. It seems like it has been forever since we've been together, um, but we're back. We're back together. We're reunited, and it feels so good. I am super excited to be back with you guys. Um, Let me know if I'm freezing or if I'm coming through clear, if you guys can hear me okay. Um, Good evening, Instagram. Good evening, Facebook. Good evening, YouTube. Um, good evening, uh, Periscope, Twitter is what you're calling yourself these days. Thank you all for joining me. And again, welcome back to the show. I took some time away when my mother passed away, and then I had to take some time off because many of you know I had to have a second brain surgery. And then after that, ran into some difficulties and then had to have another surgery 3 weeks after brain surgery. And so, by God's grace, I'm still here and we're back and we're ready to go. So, if you guys can hear me and see me, okay, let me know in the comments if you're joining me um, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I am able to see all of you in all of your comments simultaneously, okay? So let me know. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think I got everybody in. If you can see me fine and hear me fine, let me know in the comments. If the lighting is okay, let me know because this is actually my first live show back. Um, you guys know in several months. Good evening. Can you guys hear me okay and see me? Is the lighting okay? Because I want to make sure I got everything okay. Okay, thank you, Facebook. See you just fine. Can you guys hear me okay? Is my audio clear? What about you, Instagram? Can you guys see me and hear me okay? I just want to make sure I got everybody in tune. Um, I'm actually watching myself on the monitor here on YouTube. So if you have a smart TV or a Roku device or what's that other thing called? Um, oh, I can't think of it right now. You can watch this show actually on your television. Okay, you can go to our YouTube channel, Live Talk with Benita Bradley, and watch us on your television if you like. Okay, so just go to YouTube, look for our channel, subscribe, click the little bell notification every time we go live or when I post something, you'll get notified. Okay, all right. So thank you all again for joining me. I'm not going to be long because what I want to talk to you about, yeah, Fire Stick. Thank you, Fire Stick. So if you have a smart TV, Roku, or Fire Stick, you can actually watch the show on your big screen TV, your flat screen or whatever, your smart television. Just go to YouTube, look for the show's name, look for us by the show's name, subscribe to that channel, click the notification bell. Every time I go live or post a new video, you get the notification, okay? Thank you so much. And thank you, Facebook, for letting me know what that car. It just totally flipped my mind. I've had an extremely long day, and so I ran home. I got home about 4:20ish, a little bit after 4. Tried to take a quick nap, and then I said, "Okay, Alexa, wake me up at 6 o'clock." So, um, actually, um, sweet girl came and got me up. So, but we're here. So I'm not going to be long tonight because the videos I wanted to show you all tonight have a lot to do with what I want to share with you guys. You guys know I have not been shy about sharing my journey with you guys about the brain tumors and things that go along with having brain tumors. And this is nothing that I just started dealing with. I actually was diagnosed with brain tumors in 2012. Yeah, 2012. And so this has been a long journey for me. It has been an extremely long journey, but I am super, super, super glad that the Lord has indeed not only been by my side, He's been on my side, He's been for my side, and He has covered me on every side. And so I thank Him tremendously for that. And I tremendously thank all of you that have been with me all the way, part ways. If you're just coming aboard the journey, I thank you. Those of you that pray for me, those of you that send me gifts and just shower me with your love, you all have no idea, like no idea how, like, at the end of the day, every little ounce of love is hope. Every little ounce of someone else caring is hope. Every little ounce of you're not alone is hope. You have no idea until you have to go through that valley. And so I want to say thank you guys so much. Those of you that were there during the passing of my mother. And then again, with me through second brain surgery and then through the hemorrhaging after that. You guys have been extraordinarily supportive, and I could not ask for better friends, better audience. Sometimes I'm lost for words, but you guys know that my heart is always filled with gratitude, with thanksgiving, and with love for you. And so tonight, I just wanted to take some time to let you guys know where we are in the journey. And some of you saw me post today that I was actually at the Cancer Institute. So let me just clarify because I got a lot of text messages. So let me clarify this. The tumor I have is benign, okay? It has always been benign, and so far it's still benign. However, even after two surgeries, there is still some remnant of the tumor that's in there that is absolutely in this place where it's just absolutely too dangerous to go into that area in the brain uh, surgically by man's hands, if you will. And so the only way to go in there, to get in there and kill off the rest of those cells, um, is to have this radiation treatment. Um, but again, keep in mind that this is the second time I've had to have the same tumor removed. Although it is a slow growing tumor, it does grow. Okay. It does grow, and each time it grows bigger, and each time it decides like it wants to change directions, and so like most things in the body that we have no human control over, when things begin to happen internally, uh, they kind of take on a life of their own. And so, what this particular tumor has done, from the beginning, it was in one place, and it started growing and it doubled in size to the point where it was literally pressing on every major nerve surrounding it to the point that I lost my peripheral, all of my peripheral, and then I was losing my frontal vision as well. And then they discovered I had a second type of brain tumor. So I was going completely blind. So that was between the periods of 2012 and 2015. How they actually discovered it was I kept having these little mini strokes. I kept having little strokes here and there. And I was kept falling I was taking yoga, doing all of that, and I kept falling. And so that's when they discovered uh, what was going on. And so here we are all of this time later. And listen, although, let me be very clear, although I do get tired, I'm just not going to lie to you guys. I get tired of having to deal with it sometimes. I get sad. I feel depressed sometimes. I feel lonely. I feel like I'm going through this by myself. At the end of the day, I'm always thankful that I know for a fact that it is God's hand that has been keeping me all of this time. Because you're talking about um, the first instance, you're talking about having a stroke in my sleep, and the angel of the Lord awakened me. You're talking about the second stroke in the gym. I was always doing something. And so all of this time, you know, the doctors don't even know how long it's been there. There's no way to trace, how long it's been there or anything. So we just know that it grew to that point to where it had to come out the first time. And then we did okay for 4 years, 4.5 years. So right about at that 4.5 year is when we start seeing a little movement here, a little movement there, but not enough to do anything about it. So we were kind of watching it. So as we rolled into going into that 5th year, because the first surgery was in December of 2016, I believe. And so we rolled around into that 5th year, and the tumor just, like, it just sprouted wings or what have you, and just did whatever it wanted to do. And there was actually nothing we could do um, to stop it. And here's the thing, I was actually still um, on treatment, in treatment for it. But for whatever reason, instead of it shrinking, it kept growing and growing and growing. And this time it decided to, I'll give you a demonstration. Um, okay, so this is a tumor. It's not that big, okay, but let's just say, just so you can see it, okay? So let's just say, and this is inside my brain, okay? So let's just say this is a tumor. So the tumor is here, and all of these are other nerves that controls other things. But right here is my optical nerve, and the tumor sits right here, right there, right there. So it's about this much space in there, this much space in between here and here, but it's sitting here. The part that they can't get out is sitting here. However, it's only about that much space in between there. So when my surgeon goes in, he can get all of it out except for that part that's sitting right there in that little space. It's like in a little cubby hole right there above all of those nerves, to where if he took half of this off, he couldn't get in there, and he would have to get in there and scrape to get the remaining part, because he would have to be able to get up under it. However, he can't do that because it's only this much space between the tumor and the optical nerves and all of the other nerves that control my nervous system, all of that, everything, my hormones, everything. It's sitting right smack in the middle of everything. Okay. And so that's why the first surgery um, was considered a success, even though he was only able to remove 75% of it. So the remaining part that was left, that's the part that started to grow back. And that started to grow back so fast. I mean, we didn't have the time that we had last time to kind of just sit back and watch it, sit back and watch it. This time, this thing grew so fast, we had to get right on it because again, when it grew back, it decided it kind of wanted to tilt over this way a little bit. So, and as it was going over this way, now it's starting to get closer and closer to those main optical nerves. So now that gap is closing. So this is what's happening. The gap is now closing. And so when he goes back in, his space is actually very, very, very limited to how much of it he can actually get out this time. So now the only way to avoid this thing growing back a third time and and to avoid a third surgery is to go through this procedure that's called gamma knife radiation surgery. And there's no knife involved, but it is radiation. And I had some videos I want to show you. Hopefully, I'll have them ready for Thursday's show. Um, and it will explain and show you guys the process that I'll be going through. It's a outpatient process. It's 1 day. It's a one and done kind of deal. It's not like I'll have to go to radiation every day or whatever. It's a 1 day outpatient procedure. I'll go in the morning and I'll come home that afternoon or evening, um, depending on how everything goes. But um, we don't foresee any problems with this procedure. I don't want to try to explain it because I don't want to miss some intricate details where the videos can show it, show it better than I can say it, if you will. So I'm going to wait until Thursday when I have all the videos and then I can show it to you better. So today I had my consultation, and from what I'm understanding, the only part I'm not, kind of hoo-hoo about is the screws that will be, put into my head. I'm not particularly excited about that part. They won't have to shave my head like last time. If you didn't see the pictures, um, I'll post them in our group page on Facebook. If you're not a member of Live Talk with Benita Bradley on Facebook, you need to go ahead and join our group because that's where I keep everybody abreast of everything that's going on with my journey. Okay, so if you want to be kept abreast of everything that's going on, um, is it, no, this one the no, this one is done by um, the doctor, and um, I'll go. They'll put this. It's like a cage. They put this cage on, and they screw it into my skull, and then this other thing goes over my head, and then um, I'm put into this tunnel, and then it's about 200 rays of radiation that'll come shooting at one time. But what happens is they'll all come through at one time, but they'll all end up at that one point. So the purpose is there is a localized focus point that they're trying to hit. Let me go back and use this so you can see it. There's a focalized point that they're trying to hit. And the machine that I'm lying in, it's like an MRI machine almost, but this machine moves my head. So this machine will move my head this way. It'll move my body this way. It'll move me this way, all the while keeping my head completely still. And and they'll be and the 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 tools that they have are so that the techs are watching exactly where the rays go. And so the precision of it is so accurate that it does not have a chance to affect any of the other nerves or tissues surrounding the target where the actual tumor is. So, yes, I'm going to be sedated, so I have to have someone to drive me, and I have to have someone to drive me home. Yes, I'll be sedated. Um, they told me that's the first thing they're going to do, um, which I don't care about that because you talking about screwing something into my head, child. I don't know about that. But actually it's a completely non-invasive surgery, and the whole procedure, the radiation part, he said today lasts for about an hour. So I'll get an hour's worth of like 200 rays. Um, you guys make sure you tune in Thursday because I'll have the videos uploaded and ready to go on Thursdays. I'll show you one video with the cage on the one I'll probably be wearing, and then I'll show you another video where you just wear like a mask. Okay, so I'm going to show you two videos, and then I'll probably show you a third video that kind of shows you, like the whole process, like the day of what, checking in and all of that, and explaining the process to you. So make sure you tune in Thursday at 7 o'clock so you can see the videos because that can explain it. How they say, like a picture is worth 1,000 words. So that'll explain it a lot better than I can, although I know exactly what the procedure entails, but trying to explain it medically, that's just not my forte. So I'd rather you guys see the video and then I talk along like that so we can all be on the same page. And then if you guys have any questions for me, um, I'll be willing to answer the questions after the videos are played and everything like that. Okay. So, but I am doing well. I do still, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I had the second surgery in October, 3 weeks later, I did hemorrhage real bad, um, really bad. I lost an extreme amount of blood to the point where all of my major organs were shutting down. I was dying, and so I still fight with fatigue a lot, but I am on a really good iron regimen. Um, so it allows me to still be able to do what I'm able to do, but I do have to be mindful, which is something I struggle with. Um, I struggle with being mindful that I have to adapt to a new normal. Like, I just can't just, go and just go all day like I used to and not consider, eating or resting or what have you. I can't do that anymore because I lost so much blood and because it takes the body, I think, about 6 months or so to start regenerating those blood cells. But like I said, I'm on a really good iron regimen as well, and I did have 3 blood transfusions. So, so the only thing I fight right now is like when I get tired, I still have to say, okay, you need to stop. Just chill for a second, But I've always been so driven, my drive sometimes fights my wisdom. And sometimes I have to give in to my wisdom even if my drive is strong at that moment because I'm just, right now, like I said, I still fight fatigue. Um, but if you've ever had to fight fatigue, it's different than just saying, "Oh, I'm tired." It's totally different. Fatigue is beyond just saying, "Oh, I'm tired." Fatigue is like, "I'm gonna get up," and you try to get up, and your body say, "Oh, honey, we're not doing that today." No, no, no. And then in your mind, you're like, "Oh, I need to get up," and you keep trying to do, and you keep trying to go, and you're literally fighting against your own body, and it's like, "Oh, come on." But your body is like, "No, you come on." I said no, and so that's a real major adjustment for me. And those of you that know me personally, you guys know that's an adjustment for me to make. So that's something I struggle um, with the fatigue coming out of the second surgery and coming out of the hemorrhaging and all of that. So but tonight, I only wanted to stay on 30 minutes just to do a little intro and just kind of get my feet wet to see how I'm going to feel coming back and see my endurance and let you guys know that I'm doing well. And again, those of you that were calling and texting wanted to know why I wasn't in the hospital today. I was at the Cancer Institute because that's where they have to do the procedure, which is called the gamma knife radiation surgery. It's not a cutting surgery. It's called that because of the rays, okay? And again, Thursday, I'll have the videos uploaded for you. It's actually kind of cool, the stuff that they can do medically these days. It's just mind blowing. It's absolutely mind blowing. And I thank God that that God has given man the intelligence to marry science and faith. And I know that's a tricky area for a lot of people, but for me, I'm grateful that science and faith has married one another. Because in my case, I need them both. You have to have faith to go through this level of trials and testing and repeated surgeries and treatments and this and that. You have to have faith for it. But on the other hand, you got to be able to have science. You got to be able to get to the best doctors, and I'm so thankful that God has blessed me with the top surgeons, the best of the best. I don't know how he did it. I don't know why he did it. All I know is that he did it, and I'm thankful. So I know a lot of Christians have problems with science and faith being married, but in my case, it's my life, it's my health, and my strength. And I believe it's the wisdom of God that He allowed man to understand, watch this, the body that God created so that now man can heal the body, or he can help the body heal itself in the way that God intended it to. So now we again see faith and science married to one another. And we can fight this concept all we want to. And the church can fight the concept, but it has happened. And it's helping to save lives. Because here's what happened, the body actually is made to heal itself. Everything in this body can heal itself. However, if there is foreign matter in the body that needs to be cut out, like a cancer, like a tumor, like anything that should not be in the body, or anything in there that kind of prohibits the body from healing itself properly, then God gives man the wisdom to know how to go in there, take it out, cut it out, remove it, what have you. So now the body can heal itself the way that God intended for it to. So when you start hearing about um, faith and science, let's not get so bogged down with the minor things until we miss really the bigger picture of what God has allowed. God has allowed science. God, He has allowed scientists. I was sitting in the waiting room today, and there was an elderly lady, elderly lady. She came in and she used to be like this um, biochemist scientist or what have you. But because of something going on in her brain, she was no longer functioning in that capacity. And her husband, he was telling funny stories about how she she was telling him, she was like, honey, tonight is going to be the best meal ever. And he said that was the worst meal he had ever had, but he didn't have the heart to tell her. He said the food was cold. It was just horrible. He said, but she didn't know, and she would not have understood the concept had he told her food was terrible. And so I truly believe, oh, God is in every child. Don't start. He is in everything. He really is. And and so he was telling it to his daughter who had come to pick them up. And and so a lot of times when there are abnormalities in the body, it causes certain things to be off in the body. Just like the bigger the tumor grows in my head, it was causing me to lose my sight. At one point, it was throwing me into these little mini strokes all the time. It was causing my equilibrium to be off. Um, it can cause they can cause depression to be really really bad. Anybody with any type of neurological disorder will also deal with depression, you know, and so, and that's not something. And when I say that, and I know the first thing Christians want to do is say, oh, we can pray that out for you. We can pray. Listen, if you do that, if you keep saying that, and I've been saying this for years, if you keep equating everything scientific to everything that is spiritual or vice versa, we're going to actually miss the point of them being married. You understand what I'm saying? And so I've seen several cases, well, because I'm also a psychology major, I've seen several cases where people have had mental disorders or mental illness or even neurological disorders where their neurotransmitters are misfiring in the brain. And I've seen Christian leaders label them as demonic or having different spirits in them. And they could be, couldn't be further from the truth. To me, it's a matter of not being educated, and I have been saying this for years. My wish is that every leader, if you're going to lead people, at least go take a class in human behavior. Just take a class. You don't have to go get a degree, but just take a class in human behavior so you will learn what's a spirit and what's not a spirit. Because every time somebody goes through something that we don't necessarily understand, it's easy for us to call it what it's not because we don't know what it is. I'll say that again. Every time somebody goes through something we don't understand, it's easier for the church to call it something that is not because we don't really know what it is. And instead of us taking the time talking to people or taking the time educating ourselves as leaders, we'll just attribute that to, oh, that's a spirit. Oh, he threw it off a little bit. Oh, she threw it off a little bit. Oh, her mama was like that. Oh, his uncle was like that. But we're not taking time to actually see what's actually going on with people. We just kind of tossing them to the side without taking the time to find out what's really going on with people. And I think that's where, as a church, we're missing the mark in that area where it pertains to understanding how faith and science can coexist um, at the same time. Um, and so, what time is it? Okay. That's 30 minutes. Okay, so I only want to do about 30 minutes tonight because I want to make sure sound effects can sounds can affect you like a punch or a kiss. Oh, that's good. Who is this talking? I can't see your name, but whoever this is, you're making some really good points. So here's the deal: when you guys are commenting, if you want me to be able to see your name when you log on, there should be a box there that says "Allow Streamyard to see your name," and that will allow me to see your name. Oh, okay. Hey, Claudette. Thank you. That will allow me to see your name, and then I can post your comments on the screen. Okay. Um, but I don't want to do that unless you give me permission to do so. Uh, like this one. Um, this one said, God is everything. Let's see if I can show some of her comments. There it is. Okay. So if when you guys log in, if you click on allow StreamYard to see your name, when you comment, and I can show your comments on the screen, and it'll actually have your name and your picture on there from your Facebook account or from your if you're coming from YouTube, it'll have your name on there or wherever you're commenting from, and um, Instagram, you're totally separate because you guys know Instagram doesn't allow anyone to live stream to them. So Instagram is always live streaming by themselves over here. Okay. So let's see. Let's go back up. Okay, you said something else about. Okay, there you go. Okay, she made a comment that God is the scientist. I mean, when you think about it, look how he fashioned and formed the world. Look how he fashioned and formed. Oh my God, the human body. I'm not gonna get into that, honey. I'll be here all night. Um, thank you so much, Claudette. Um, and so on Thursday, I'm gonna have the videos uploaded, and I've been watching them just so I can familiarize myself with the video, so I can be a little bit more comfortable with the process. Because when I first heard about it, I'm like, gamma knife, and so today the doctor was explaining to me there's absolutely no knife involved, and he was saying gamma mean rays, and knife is because of the precision of the rays. It's so precise. Um, there's um, almost no room for error in this procedure. So I kind of just want to get it done and over with, to be honest with you, because I don't want to take a chance of this thing trying to grow back um, for a third time. And so I asked my neurosurgeon, I said, well, have you ever had anybody that refused to get the gamma knife surgery? And they were like, yeah. And I said, well, what happened to them? They was like, well, the tumor grew back a third time and he had to have a third surgery. And I said, well, did he understand if he did not get that the tumor is, even though it's a slow growing tumor, it's still a growing tumor. It's a live organism. And so I'm just like, I can't, I'm 54, although I know the Lord has kept me, you know, um, I just, I don't have the wherewithal, honey, to keep going through these surgeries, particularly, it's not like they're fixing a toe or a broke finger or something, you keep poking around in my brain, and I'm just not here for that, you know. And it's by the grace of God that there has been no slip ups and mishaps. And thank God for giving me one of the best um, brain surgeons, not just in Atlanta or just in Georgia, but in the world. He is listed among the who's who. He's done work from here to Africa. He does mission works with Christian organizations. Um, and so I'm just thankful that God has blessed me with blessed hands. Um, the majority of my specialists that I see are Christians. And so um, the first time I went to my neurosurgeon's office, there's a young lady that I met there, and she's an evangelist, and she has always been praying with us and praying with me and my family and everything. So God just set everything in motion. He set everything in order, just like God does, And I'm thankful. I'm super super thankful that God does what He does, um, in spite of me, regardless of me. I'm super glad that God does not base His miracles on our mess ups and the things we do, whether intentionally or unintentionally, by commission or by omission. I'm so thankful that when God gets ready to perform a miracle, He does so at the command of His own will. And it has, we can't be good enough to say, oh, pick me for a miracle. Well, I know I can't. I'm gonna speak for myself. I can't be good enough to say, pick me for a miracle. I don't have that, I don't have a halo. I'm not trying to have one on this earth. So everything God does, I'm thankful. Every morning I wake up, I'll lie in my bed and look around, make sure I can still see, and I tell God, thank you. Everything is working. I'm still moving. I tell Him thank you. And so I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me. You guys make sure you invite your friends, your Facebook friends, to join our Facebook group at Live Talk with Benita Bradley, um, because you never know um, who else may be going through, maybe brain tumors or anything neurologically, and they may need information, or they may need the help or what have you, or just need someone to talk to. I was fortunate enough, through the Brain Tumor Association, to have a mentor. Um, Kevin, Kevin is my mentor. Um, I used to say Kevin was my white boyfriend, but I can't say that anymore because I think he has a girlfriend now, and Kevin and I don't want to get in trouble, so we can't say that anymore. So, um, but he has been an absolute blessing in my life, and we have been friends uh, for years now. And I pray that we are friends for years to come. And you guys keep us, when I say us, my family, myself, Kevin. Kevin is a brain tumor warrior as well. He's also a vet. Keep him in your prayers as well. Um, those that I know, Danita, she, I believe she has fibromyalgia, which is a neurological disorder. She's also a veteran. Keep her in your prayers. Um, if I don't know, then I don't know. You all would have to tell me by sharing your story or by sharing information in the group when I post stuff, or you can post at your own free will. I have great moderators there. Um, they go through everything. So um, the group is available for anyone. It's a public group now. We were a private group, but we closed that group in order to go public. Okay, so now we are a public group. Look for our group, Live Talk with Benita Bradley. On Instagram, I think is Live Talk with Benita. On Instagram, it's just Live Talk with Benita. On YouTube, the channel is Live Talk with Benita Bradley. Everything is Live Talk with Benita Bradley except for Instagram. Okay, everything else is Live Talk with Benita Bradley except for Instagram. just go follow me on all of the platforms. Okay. That way you won't miss anything. If one platform goes down, you can still catch me on another platform. Okay. And if you desire to support the show, the information is there on your screen. My email is there, live talk with Benita Bradley at gmail.com. Uh, the website, I thought I had the website up there. Hold on. Okay, there it is. My website is up there. Also, go check out my website. If you desire to have any coaching sessions with me, my website is there. Go over to my website at resiliencecoachingnotaryllc.com. That's resilience, like bounce back, resilience. I chose that name for my company because, well, it's kind of obvious why I chose that name, but it means so much to me. So go ahead and visit my website. We do have merchandise there as well. And I don't have this uploaded yet, but my 12-year-old granddaughter, she wrote her first book. I'm going to upload this to the website as well. It's called Heart to Heart with Faith McKenzie. She is 12. Can you guys see that? She's 12. She wrote her first book. Okay, you can get it from Amazon. All right. And I'm going to put it on the website as well. And of course, you guys know I have 4 books on Amazon. Those you have to look for under Pastor Benita Bradley. You have to put in Pastor Benita Bradley. If you put in Benita Bradley, I think only one might come up. But I actually have 4 books there, okay? 4 different books. So put in Pastor Benita Bradley, and I think all 4 of my books should come up. And I do believe a couple of them are on sale right now. I don't know how long the sale will last, but Amazon does those markdown sales every now and then. So you probably want to run over there and get them while they're on sale, okay? So I don't know how long they're going to be marked down. That's just something Amazon does from time to time. They just mark stuff down, kind of like Walmart does, So go over there and get you some books or what have you. And make sure you go to the website and order you some merchandise. We do have t-shirts and books available from the website as well. Now, the website, you order your books from the website, they come from me autographed, okay? You order from Amazon, of course, they're not going to be autographed, okay? And you'll probably get them in 1 to 2 days if you have Prime membership. All of my books are on Prime. Facebook is on Prime. This is Sweetie Girl. And all of you heard me call her Sweetie Girl. This is my 12-year-old granddaughter. She wrote her first book. Everything is on Prime. So if you order it, you'll get it in 1 to 2 days, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to tune in with us Thursday because I'm going to have the videos that's going to show the process of going through gamma knife radiation surgery, all right? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, I want you guys to have a good night and enjoy the rest of your evening. Again, thank you. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, as you're called now. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. So we will be having, I will be opening my Patreon page back later on. Okay. And let me tell you how to find my Patreon page. Let me show you the trailer for that. And here we go. Watch this.
Entertaining, provocative, and always uncensored. Behind the Curtain with Benita Bradley.
All right, guys. So I tried to Instagram. Did y'all see that? Okay. I tried to turn you guys around so you could look on the monitor. So I know you guys were able to see it. I don't know if you were able to hear it, but I made sure you guys could see it that time. Okay. So I'm gonna find a way where you guys can hear and see everything that my other audience is hearing and seeing. Um, I got to find a way to make sure I get you all included on everything. Maybe I can find a way to where I can hook you up to one of these monitors and let you hear it without having some kind of um, background noise disturbance while I'm actually on air. So I'm going to figure that out for you, Instagram, and that way you'll be able to hear and see what's going on in the studio as well. Okay. All right. So, guys, I thank you so much for your patience. Um, we have some really great guests coming up. We have authors, we have um, singers, we have R&B singers, we have rappers, we have some activists coming up. Um, so just stay with us, stay with us. And in between my guests, I'll keep you abreast of my journey. Um, and you guys can ask any questions if I know the answers or if I'm comfortable answering on air, then I'll answer on air. But if it's something I want to answer off air, then you can email me. Okay. All right. But for the most part, you guys know um, I'm transparent and I openly talk about everything um, except for uh, a personal love relationship. That's something I won't talk about on air because that ain't y'all business. Okay. So, so guys, thank you. And I appreciate you guys for being here. And I'm going to say good night to everybody. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you want to support the show, the information is there. Instagram, if you want to support the show, you can go to PayPal, um, paypal.me /KC350, or you can cash out Benita Writes like you're gonna write a letter. Okay, my first name and then Writes like you're gonna write a letter. And everyone on this platform, you can see it on your screen. Okay. All right. So guys, thank you so much for everything. Good night, Claudette. Thank you so much. You've been so kind. Um, hey guys, don't forget, invite somebody in Thursday because again, I'm going to have videos showing the actual procedure, the actual gamma knife radiation surgery procedure that I have to go through. Okay. Of course, it's not going to be me in the video, but it's going to be the actual procedure. I'm going to go through the exact same steps as the people in the video. Okay. And I want you guys to see that with me. Okay. So you can understand better what's going to happen. All right. All right, guys. Uh, know that I love you and thank you so much for tuning in. All right. Bye bye.